The Year 3 class are focusing on a change of state between solid and liquid can be caused by adding or removing heat. They have been pre-tested and students have little prior knowledge of this content and are below state benchmark in literacy. There is a high population of ESL and Indigenous students, as the topic being covered is technical and requires students to understand terms, complex ideas about their environment, and have knowledge of specific genres for writing procedural and informational reports. I would suggest a teaching and learning cycle as an approach alongside Bloom's taxonomy and inquiry-based learning, which will focus on vocabulary and genre, will help deconstruct the literacy needed to gain the students' skills in understanding science concepts, processes, and skills. Students will use their everyday literacies to learn new literacies of science. I would recommend implementing inquiry-based learning, as it will start off by providing hands-on experiences where the students must think about the process, answer questions, learn the key terms of the topic. For example, using a candle which shows a melted and unmelted visual, the teacher can ask simple questions like, what do you think this is? Do you think this has always looked like this? Why do you think it looks like this now? Then compare the objects by asking similarities and differences. The process can be repeated for heating. This will help understanding of the content and setting the context up, so students can understand the topic and implement the operational literacy dimensions for this science topic. I suggest students to create a word wall which emphasizes the language itself. The vocabulary tier will be beneficial, as teachers can identify which tier the students are progressing at. The word wall can allow ESL and Indigenous students to contribute in their own language. Applying, deconstructing, and modeling the process of a procedure can now be implemented. Using the how to make ice cream procedure, students can emphasize their meaning of the context, interpret their own meaning of the topic by deconstructing the process of a procedure with analyzing the systematic steps. Identifying key terms of a procedure using visual material and hands-on experiences, for example, a cut and paste the order of the steps. For students who cannot write well, get them to draw the steps or orally communicate the steps. Teach each step of a procedure in a detail and use visual and hands-on experiences to gain the students' interest. Implement group work, think, share, pair strategies that will encourage differentiation amongst the class and allow students to orally communicate. I would suggest joint construction and evaluating to be implemented. Encourage students critically to reflect on their meaning of how to construct procedure and follow one. Talk with students about the simple instructions, why this is required, prompts them and ask them why they believe it is effective. Why we use simple instruction. Use collaborative learning strategies to get the students to do a detailed procedure by having them follow it and then compare it to a simple procedure. Then discuss what they have found. Independently constructing their own procedure, having ESL and Indigenous students do an oral presentation where they video themselves. Group work is effective for differentiation, as students who are below or ESL or Indigenous students can be placed with average or above average students who can help them. Group work can allow the teacher to work with below average students. Students can talk through the experiment instead of writing it. They can record it. It's about using other modes of literacy to help each individual student achieve their best outcome. Thank you.